The teams for MCC 35 have finally been released, and in this video, I'm going to be going over my final predictions for the event. With all the holiday cheer this MCC, we can expect it to be a really fun time with some really interesting results, so I might have a few interesting takes to match it. Now that I'm getting back into the content groove, I would appreciate it so much if you were to leave a like and comment on this video, as well as subscribing to the channel. We are so close to reaching our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world to me if you were to help me achieve this goal. Anyways, with all that out of the way, these are my final predictions for MCC 35. In 10th place are the Sapphire Santas. The 4/4 Simmers team is finally back in MCC altogether. Last time they played as a squad was in MCC 28 all the way back in last holiday, so it's nice to see them back again. In terms of team performance, I sadly cannot see them getting not last due to the other teams just being far stronger, but I can see some pop-off potential from them individually, especially Zeus. If anything, we just have to hope that BattleBox is in the roster so we can finally see the full Simmers rush again. In 9th place are the Yellow Yetis. When this team released, I was very interested to see how they went about the balancing for the event as a whole. To me, this team just doesn't feel very strong compared to some of the other teams in the event, but I could be dead wrong about that. Purple is obviously Purple, he's an absolute goat. He's led underdog teams to very strong placements in the past, and he could end up doing it again. I just don't think the trio of Ryguy, False, and Era is strong enough to keep up with the rest of the event's strength. To be fair, last time Purple and Ryguy teamed, Ryguy got a crazy 9th individual, but I just don't see him doing that again. Overall, this team does have huge pop-off potential, but sadly, I just don't think they're going to end up performing on event day. In 8th place are the Red Reindeer. Now, this team is interesting. We all know Sapnap is the holiday GOAT, with his 3 very impressive performances in the 3 past holiday events. But with his recent fall in placements, I don't think we can see a top 5 out of him this event. One thing we know for sure is that he's going to be pulling off more of those Sapnap flanks in BattleBox. Anyways, Sapnap is back with 3 pretty solid players in Captain, Velvet, and Michael. Captain has always been a consistent player to rely on in MCC, and I don't expect that to change this event. Velvet is coming off of his very solid performance in MCC 34, and Michael recently had a very impressive 24th individual in MCC Party. With all that being said, the realistic strength of this team is lacking when compared to most other teams in this event, so I have to end up putting them in 8th place overall. In 7th place are the Emerald Elves. Gizzy back in Canon MCC is not something I had on my Season 3 bucket list, but it's a win nonetheless. Now, this team could absolutely be very strong, with Puns being a very solid leader. He's done very well individually in the past, especially recently with his little comeback arc. Joel has been going crazy recently, and this event I don't expect it to be any different. Sam is a very interesting player because he can really place anywhere individually. This event I would expect him to place around the 20 to 30 range though. Overall, this team's strength could be very good, especially since they are a very good all-rounder team, but I don't think I can really place them any higher than 7th considering the strength of the other teams still left. In 6th place are the Mint Mistletoes. Now, theoretically speaking, this team seems very strong. We have H-Bomb, who's proven in the past to be a very solid player, getting placements in the top 15 consistently. We have Krinios, who I believe is a super underrated player who could quite realistically outfrag H this event. And we have Martin, who absolutely cooked in MCC Party and is overall a very consistently good player. On top of that, we have Gumi, who's another super underrated good player. She's been popping off recently and could definitely do it again this event. Now, although they have a lot of pros, this team also has quite a big weakness, being PvP games. If these games end up being played later, it could just be over for them. I would love to put this team higher than 6th place, but seeing the other team's strengths, I just don't think I realistically can. In 5th place are the Purple Penguins. Pete and Tapple Duo is back once again after MCC 32 with a very solid and fun team to back them up. Depending on what happens in the event, this team could definitely be very strong and could end up making dodgebolt. Pete is an extremely consistent S tier who usually individually places where his team places, so I expect him to get top 5 this event quite easily. Tapple is mechanically a very strong player who definitely has huge pop-off potential, but looking back at his recent performances, I would say that's pretty unlikely. Sneak is a very solid 3rd frag who honestly has potential to get top 20 this event, especially with his crazy 100% holiday win rate. Kara is one of MCC's most underrated players, and I feel like people don't see her strength at all. I could see her getting top 25 this event on a team like this for sure. Overall, the vibes of this team are so amazing, and I really hope they can have Sneak keep his holiday streak of taking the Christmas crown on event day. In 4th place are the Teal Turkeys. When this team first released, I was actually shocked at their strength. JoJo and Scott duo is back at it again after making dodgebolt just last event in MCC 34. Both of them are very solid players, but honestly the reason I thought this team was so strong was because of Cub and Jimmy. Both of them are very solid and underrated players who I could both see getting top 20 this event on a team of this strength. When their strengths are combined together, this team could be OP, especially dominating in team games. Now, will we see the 100% Teal Turkeys win rate continue, or will they fall just short in the end? Personally, I'm putting this team in 4th because, well, the other 3 teams ahead of them are just too strong to beat. In 3rd place are the Pink Presents. What is this team? The raw strength on this team is easily the best in the entire event. Although Wally is still quite new to MCC, he's already secured his spot as a very solid A+ tier player who could honestly get top 10 this event. Dave is finally on another strong team in MCC, so I bet we'll see him popping up individually as well, maybe also reaching top 10. Hannah is coming off of a crazy 3rd individual in MCC party, and if we see a performance anywhere near that level, this team absolutely dominates the event. And to round off that team, we have Shovel, who is one of MCC's best team game players. She complements this team's strength perfectly to give them a very solid chance in most games in the event. I've seen a lot of people putting this team in 1st, but I feel like the theoretically strongest team in every MCC usually falls slightly short of dodgebolt, so I'm going to predict that happening to this team. Surely that doesn't come back to bite me later. In 2nd place are the Gingerbreadmen. Do not ask me what Scott was thinking when he made this team. Like, this is actually crazy. FBM and Owen are in my opinion the strongest duo in the event, with both players being super good at MCC. FBM could quite easily get 1st individual this event, especially on a team like this with his crazy movement and PvP strengths. Owen could honestly be the best non-S tier player in MCC right now. In this event, I could honestly see him getting around 7th individual. Becky is the parkour tag GOAT, and if that game is in this event, it might just be over for the competition. She absolutely popped off in MCC party, getting a super respectable 9th individual. And of course, to end off the team, we have Mr. Hawkeye, Scar, hoping to get some crazy bow kills just like last holiday event. This event, I could honestly see Scar doing very well individually because of the crazy strength this team has. Now, I would love to put this team in 1st, but after seeing that one team left over, I think I have to give this team the silver medal. Because in 1st place are the Cerulean Candy Canes. This might be my slightly controversial take this event, but Cerulean is a crazy busted team. Shadoune is on his pop-off arc right now, outfragging S tiers like it's child's play. He's a super strong player to have on this team, and this event, I could honestly see him getting top 5, maybe even top 3 individual. I did warn you this prediction would be spicy. Seapeekay is a crazy partner for Shadoune to have this event, being absolute menaces at movement games. Honestly, I could see Seapeekay getting top 10 individual quite easily if the event works in their favor, which I think it very likely will. To round this team off, we have Ollie and Ant Venom, who are wild 3rd and 4th frags for this team. This team simply does not have a bad or even mid player. Ollie is going absolutely crazy lately, and I can see him breaking top 20, maybe even top 15 this event. Ant Venom and Seapeekay are finally teaming together, so if Ace Race is in the roster, then say your goodbyes. I could see Ant Venom placing right beside Ollie here in top 20 individually. This team is just so crazy that I could see it breaking the infamous Teal 100% win rate, even if Seapeekay himself doesn't believe in them. And those are my final predictions for MCC 35. Tell me in the comments below what your predictions are, as I would love to see everyone's opinions for this event. Once again, I would appreciate it a ton if you were to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel as I get back into making content once again. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.